Hey guys, so I've heard that some of the videos are going a little bit too fast, and so I wanted to break down how to use the videos and how to go about like a good practice routine. So the first thing that you need to do when you're approaching a new song is take a look at your music. The first thing that I always do with the Recorder Karate stuff is I look down at these boxes at the bottom because this is going to have any of my new stuff. It even says new things to learn for the Greenbelt song. And so I'm looking, okay, I've got a new rhythm here. It's giving me this chart, and I've got a new note. Well, for day one, I'm only going to focus on the rhythm stuff. So I take a look at my eighth notes here and my other rhythm stuff, anything that it gives me down there. Then you're going to go through and you're going to watch the video through once because that's me explaining things. So maybe that's me sitting there and here, like for this video for It's Raining, I explain what a pickup note is. This doesn't really explain that. I do in my video. And so then once you do that, go through and try to write in the counts on your own. Just like we do in class, try to write them in underneath the music and write them in just like we do in class. Then watch that video through with me speaking counts and see if you got them right. If you didn't, go back and do a quick correction and then come back once you've got it right. Then sit down and practice doing the counts all on your own. So that maybe that's going one measure at a time and then putting them together. Maybe that's doing one line and then the next. These are longer than what we've done in class, but they're not any harder, so I know that you can do it. And then once you've practiced a little bit on your own, go ahead and practice with me in the video. And that should be pretty easy, pretty self-explanatory. And then day two, when you come back and you're ready to start learning some notes, that's when you want to go back and say, okay, are there any new notes to learn? Our first three songs are only B, A, and G, and so the second and third song, there's no new notes. You're good to go. It's Raining, our fourth song. We have that new note of E. And so then I go and look, okay, where is E on the staff? What does E look like in the music? Okay, it's that bottom line. And then I'm going to go through how do I create an E on the recorder? What's my fingering? And then I'm going to put my actual hands on the recorder and figure that out and try to get a sound out playing that note. And then I'm kind of going to do the same thing that I did with the rhythm aspect where you're going to go through once you kind of get that note and just figure out how to actually get your hands on it. Watch the video through once, see if there's anything that I say in there. And then if it's helpful to you, you can write in the notes underneath it. So like whatever you would say out loud, so like that's a G, so like write a G underneath it and then G, E down there. I think it's a little bit better to learn to be able to not need that, but if you do need it in the beginning, then you can write those notes in underneath. It can be helpful. And so once you've got that down, then practice saying it, can you say those notes in rhythm? And then go back and do it with me in the video. Sorry, Darwin's trying to eat something. You go back and try to do it with me in the video. That would kind of be my suggestion. And then go back and practice saying it with that recorder in practice position and doing the fingering. So you've been able to say the notes, you know what the notes are. Now can you say the notes and do the fingerings on the recorder? And so every time you want to do that, you need to practice on your own first, then come back and see if you can do it with me in the video. At any point that you're like, something's not matching and I'm not sure what, a great tool is if you can record yourself some way, even if it's just a little clip, and then go back and listen and see. Sometimes just being able to hear yourself, you're like, oh, now I hear the difference between what Miss S is doing, what I'm doing. I can hear that. That's always a great tool. Or if that's not working, then send me a video and I can take a look at it, or schedule a Zoom and we can work through it that way. That's fine. And then once you've got that, so you've practiced counting the rhythm, you wrote in whatever you needed to, you practice saying the notes out loud so you know what the notes are, you practice saying the notes in rhythm with the fingering so you can physically finger it, then put it all together and play the song itself. So you're blowing into the recorder, you're doing the fingerings, you're counting in your head, practice playing that through on your own a couple of times, maybe 10, 12 times, just kind of depends. You can't eat that. Um, this is a piece of grass from my last video that Darwin's trying to eat. And so once you've got that, then go and try to play it along with me. And if you're noticing, like, oh, like we were playing the same thing until right there, and then it wasn't the same anymore, then go ahead and take a look at that spot until you can sound just like me. And of course, at any time, just go ahead and send me a video or schedule a Zoom. You might have this happen in your Zoom. Stuff happens. But okay. But yeah, take your time with this. You're not meant to go along with the video and learn the song in 2 minutes or 4 minutes. You're meant to take the videos as a guide and then go back and learn everything on your own. So if you guys need me, I'm going to be going through this week, going over our old songs a little slower, walking through things a little bit better, and then we will see how that works out. Please send me an email or a video or Zoom with me. I'd love to hear how you guys are doing and get some feedback from you on things. You don't need to send me an email about how cute Darwin is. I got that already. But send me a video about how you're doing with the videos that I'm creating and how the pacing is. And I will talk to you guys this week. Bye.